John, something horrible has happened. Answer me ASAP. You know that my mom was in the hospital for a while, don't you? The hospital called me and said that she is in critical condition. I'm going to the hospital now, but I want you to come too. My mother may not live much longer. I want you to be by my side. I have only you to rely on because my mom was a single mother and raised me alone. You know where the hospital is, right? Please come as soon as possible. John, I feel so helpless right now.
I understand the situation, but I don't think I can get off early tonight. I can't make it. I'm sorry. I understand you're feeling helpless and need someone to rely on. I feel bad that I can't support you when you need me.
Are you talking about work right now? I'm telling you that my mom is dying. Your boss would understand if you explained to him. Please come right now. I can't bear it anymore.
This meeting is very important to our company, and I'm already at the table. I don't think I can leave now. But I understand how you feel from the bottom of my heart, as you know, because I've lost a parent too. Give me a minute. I'm coming over as soon as this meeting is over. I love you, Emily.
All right then. I don't know what to do. This is too hurtful. I'm waiting for you at the hospital. I hope you can come very soon. I love you too, John. I want to see you soon.
3 days later,
she passed away. I'm looking at her peaceful face. I had no idea that you had no sympathy. Don't you agree? You haven't been here since you got the news about my mom 3 days ago. Did the meeting take 72 hours? Maybe you're still at the meeting. What kind of meeting is more important than your mother-in-law's final moments? What's your excuse? You are such a heartless person. Maybe you can't answer me because you feel guilty. You are an insensitive and uncivilized man who cannot even apologize. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry, Emily. I had to go on a business trip soon after the meeting. It was all of a sudden that I wasn't able to call you. Please forgive me. I explained it to my boss, but he said no, and I had no choice. I explained to him for a couple of hours, but he didn't listen to me. I feel bad, but I had no choice because it's my job. Or do you want me to lose my job and become homeless?
Are you sure it was work? I can't believe there is a company that won't allow you to take off time after you explain to them that your mother-in-law is in critical condition. If I were you, I'd quit that company right away. Are you hiding something from me? You went out for work and didn't come back before my mom's thing happened, didn't you? It was the third time that you went out on a business trip all of a sudden, and you won't even tell me where you were going. Do business trips really happen like this? There were some strange business trips too.
Stop. I'm working hard for you. You just doubt me instead of being thankful. Of course, I wish I could have been there for my mother-in-law. I was dying to be by your side the whole time. But what if I got fired because I said no to my boss? I'm working without a choice for my family. I can't believe you thought I have no empathy. Not only that, but you don't trust me. Even though I'm struggling with work-related stress, and this is the result, what kind of reward is that?
I'm sorry I said too much. I can't control my emotions at this moment. I'm really sorry, John. Please forgive me. It would be nice if you could come home soon because I want to discuss her funeral. I can't think properly because I'm mentally down right now. I want to talk to you. Calmly, seeing your face.
What are you talking about? No. Why would I have to do that? I said I'm busy with work. It's impossible to take time off for your mother's funeral. I don't want to help my wife who doesn't trust me. You should do it by yourself. It's your mother, not my business.
What? How could you say that to me? You think it's not your business because she's not your real mother? Unbelievable. This is what a heartless man would say. I planned all the funeral stuff when your dad passed away. You were also saying you were busy with work. When I married you, I thought your parents became my family too, and I have been acting that way. You make me do everything saying you are busy with work. You should help me this time. Why would you say something so cruel? It's too tough. Please, John, if you love me, come help me, please.
Ha! This is surprising. You are too spoiled. You're not the only one. It's also tough for me that I have to work every day. I'm doing my job. It's the wife's job to take care of our parents. I'm supporting you in working hard, and it's your job to do something else. Or are you saying that you can have a career as much as I can? I don't think you can. So you just need to do what I tell you to do. I have to focus on my job. You need to focus on yours.
Wait. Won't you come home? My mother passed away. I can't bear this alone. Please come back. Be by my side.
How many times do I have to tell you? I said it earlier. I can't come home because I'm on a business trip. You better finish everything by the time I come home after a week, okay?
It's impossible. And you won't attend the funeral. Are you joking me? John, answer me. Why aren't you answering me? 1 week later.
Hey, good morning. I have something important to tell you, Emily.
Good morning, John. More important than that, when are you coming back? I didn't think the business trip would be this long. You said your business trip would be 1 week long before, right? It's been a week today. Where are you exactly?
Emily, listen to me. I won't come back to where you are. I might not see your face anymore. This is also hard for me. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? What is this all about? What was going on in the business trip? Explain it so I can understand.
Let me make it brief. There is someone else. I hope we can go our separate ways and live a different life. We're both free now, so let's celebrate.
What are you saying? That's not fair. Do you think it's okay to do this? How can you say such a thing? You left me alone with all the troubles and didn't even contact me? You were thinking such a silly thing? I can't believe it. There is someone else. Were you having an affair? Were you? You were spending time with another woman while I'm grieving and feeling lonely? I really can't believe it. I despise you.
Please calm down and listen to me. It's already over. Me and you. I think you also feel the same way. Don't you think it's over when you don't love the person? This is not an affair. I just want to live with my new love. We're just taking a new step forward in our lives.
Do you really think you're saying the right thing? Are you able to tell the judge about this? If such a one-sided view is accepted, then all women in the world will enjoy being single.
No way. There is no evidence that I'm having an affair. An affair without evidence is the same as no affair. Besides, this is not a one-sided view. You felt the same way too, didn't you? You and I are not good for each other. It's a mismatch of personalities. This is a painful choice for both of us to be happy. Do you understand?
You're a jerk. That's it. Nonsense. Marrying a man like you is the biggest stain on my life. So what? Who is the mistress? Do I know her? I'm not surprised anymore, whoever the other person is.
It's your friend, Mercy. She is sexier than you and treats me better. She's really funny and enjoyable to talk to. Do you remember the last time we all had dinner together? We exchanged numbers that night.
That's like 3 months ago. It's been that long? You were even keeping in touch with her when my mother passed away?
I think we started communicating with each other that night, right after we had dinner, the three of us. She responded quickly, telling me she would meet me soon. And I immediately thought she was a bright and lovely woman. We started going out to eat together around 2 months ago. That's when I started to get close to Mercy.
You've been together since then? So you two had secret dinners behind my back, huh? I bet it was a blast.
I guess so. You didn't notice because you're so dumb. Mercy also said that you were too nice and easy to trick. She also said that I deserve better than you because you're not attractive. I agree with that opinion, and I told Mercy about it. Whoever deserves me has a high career and is a girl who is a higher level. Exactly, Mercy. You're the kind of woman I'm looking for. On the other hand, Emily, you're just not the one I want. Unfortunately.
I can't believe you. This is like a nightmare. I'm starting to feel sick. I didn't think of you being this dumb. I can't believe I lived with a man who makes me feel so terrible. I want to slap myself and wake up for making that choice, saying you don't like a person like this.
It's you, Emily. Face your reality. It sounds like it's all my fault. It's the result of our different values and personalities. It was going to end up like this eventually, and I just happened to find a new love first. That's all there is to it.
So you're saying it's not all your fault. You're like a child. I'm disgusted and disappointed. By the way, you didn't come to visit my mom in the hospital and didn't help me with the funeral. Was it because you were with Mercy? Don't you at least have a human heart? I don't care that you're having an affair, but don't you think there is a time and a place? You betrayed not only me, but also my mother, and my mother is no longer with us. You have lost the chance to defend yourself forever.
No, I wasn't. I was really busy with work. I didn't even have time to call Mercy. I feel bad about what I did to your mother. But I want you to believe me. It was really work at that time. I swear to God, and I won't lie.
I don't know about that. I can't believe anything anymore. Well, it's wasting my time to ask you for the truth. Let's move on with the conversation.
Can we be done? I'll try to respect your needs. I'll also try to let you have the advantage in the divorce. That's the last gift for you. I want it to end as soon as possible. I want to marry Mercy soon.
It's the worst gift I've ever received in my life. Please make the wrapping look nice at least. I understand that you want to marry Mercy as soon as possible, okay? I don't think I can change your mind, but I need a little time to think. Give me a little bit more time.
Of course. Call me when you're ready. I'm waiting for your reply.
I'll do my best to give you a good answer. See you. 2 days later.
Hey, Emily. Do you think you're ready now? I couldn't wait, so I contacted you first.
Hello, John. Oh, good timing. I just wrapped my head up. Your timing's perfect this time.
That's good. Then what do you want from me? How much do I need to pay for alimony?
Well, first of all, I don't want compensation. I don't have any evidences of your affair. And there is a chance that I'll waste money on the service fee of the lawyer. You are confident that you didn't leave any evidence of your affair, aren't you? If there's a possibility that the damages will be greater than the alimony, I won't insist on it.
You are good enough for my ex-wife. You are right. That way we can both move on quickly without involving lawyers. I don't even know how long it takes if we use our lawyers, and I appreciate your wisdom.
Thank you. Getting such an unenthusiastic compliment makes me feel very honored. And about property division? It'll be enough if I could get only my part. We don't have to make it half. The remaining property is all yours.
What? Ha ha ha! I can hardly believe it. That's not good for you. Why would you do that?
Don't jump to conclusions. I haven't done it yet. I have 2 things to ask you. First, I want you to take over my mom's company. You already know that my mom was running her own business, don't you? She wanted me to take it over, but I kept saying no because it was too much for me. I've been looking for someone to take over my mother's company.
Well, yes, your mother was running a pretty big business. And also, yes, this would be too much for you because you don't know about the business. I have many friends who are business owners and who have knowledge of business management.
You're annoying, but you are right. So, I want you to take over the business. I could make the company bankrupt because I know nothing. It's better to make someone else take it. Despite your bad history with women, I believe you can manage the company better than I can. I recognize that ability of yours.
Thank you, Emily. That would be nice for me, but I thought you hated me. I thought you'd never forgive me for not attending my mother-in-law's funeral. That means you didn't because you're giving me the business.
Of course I hate you. But I know you've been wanting to start your own business. It's easier to ask someone who says yes 100% than find someone completely new. I find it easier to work with people I know well than with strangers.
I see. You mean, I want what you want. I would love to take over the business. I welcome your wise decision. I've been thinking that I deserve to be the president. Mercy is happy beside me, too. She is happy that she can be the wife of the president.
Oh, is she next to you? Hello, Mercy.
Of course, I've been staying at her place now. Mercy also expressed her gratitude to you.
Of course you were lying that you had a business trip. You were growing your new love over there. John, I'll let it slide if you agree to the terms this time about the company and getting divorced. I don't like that Mercy is going to be the wife of the president.
Hey. Please don't tell me you changed your mind. The business will make more money once I become the president. I'll give you some of the money. Ha ha ha. Would 1% be okay? Let's sign the contract later on. If I become the owner of the business, I'll immediately raise sales by about $1 million. And you'll get $10,000 regularly without doing anything. Isn't this the best relationship?
I don't want money you touched. You should spend your money on that thief cat over there. Cats are whimsical, so make sure to put a collar on her so she doesn't run away. By the way, what I'm telling you is I want you to give me one of the subsidiaries. That's all.
A subsidiary? I thought you weren't competent to run a business. Even if it's a subsidiary, can you handle being the president?
It's a small company. Employees who work there long can handle the business even if I was useless. If I become the president and study management while doing so, I think I can manage somehow. I've already asked my reliable friends to work with me. I don't need to be rich. I'll just learn to live with it. I could work at a different company, but I want to respect what my mom wanted for me. I want her to be happy with me taking over the right-sized business. My mother wouldn't want a future where both the company and I are forced to go bankrupt. If you agree with it, I'll give you my mom's company.
If you're fine with that tiny company, I would love to agree with any other conditions. But that means you will be my employee. You don't mind? Can you work without being biased by personal relationships?
Don't worry about that. Once the subsidiary gets on track and settles down, that's okay. I'll be independent. I don't want to be your employee. And I don't want you to blame me when I make mistakes. You will be you and I will be me, both being presidents.
Well, I don't want to wipe your butt, so it's perfect. That's a great idea. You have an unexplained talent for making such judgments. Or maybe it's just the advice of those reliable friends you mentioned. Let's celebrate with a toast tonight. Let's make a reservation for a fantastic dinner.
Congratulations, John.
Would you like to join us? Let's strengthen our bond, walking on a new path together.
John, your jokes have improved a lot. I'll decline. Have a good time with Mercy. Shall I introduce you to a bar with a beautiful night view?
No, it's fine. I know plenty of bars. I'm the president then.
Yes, you are. We start taking over once our divorce is finalized. Please, take good care of my mom's company. Just make sure you don't do anything to make them go bankrupt.
There were times you helped me, even though you are not good for me. I don't think anyone will be in love with you. Do you want to be my mistress? This is my way of showing I care for you. What do you think?
Thank you very much, but I don't want or need that. I've said it many times, but I still can't stand your womanizing. I haven't changed my mind about it. It's way better to be single forever than to be your mistress. Besides, I'm going to be the president of the company soon, and I don't have time to spend with you. I'll prepare all the documents for the divorce trial. You need to prepare to leave the company and get ready for the divorce.
You got it? I think the shortest would be 6 months to get a divorce. I'll try to quit the job by then. I'll have to learn about the business more than ever now. Haha, I'm going to be busy from now on.
That's good, you look excited. See you in a while then. After half a year.
I just got documents for taking over the business today. It's only been 2 days since our divorce was finalized. You are so quick.
I want it to be done as soon as possible. Once you sign the documents, it's all done. Can you fill it out right away?
Yeah, no problem. I'll send them back straight away. By the way, I have some news for you. Actually, Mercy got pregnant while I was waiting for the documents. It's 3 months now. It's so wonderful to see it growing up healthy and strong. I love it so much.
Whatever, I don't care. It's good that you have a child on the way now.
You gave me a lot of happiness. I was happy that I was married to you. Haha. I'm really grateful. Happiness keeps coming to me. I couldn't make you happy, but I hope for your success with the company. I hope you have a nice encounter too.
I don't need your hope. Please make sure to sign the documents. The documents include the details of assignments to subsidiary. Our relationship right now is just a formal one of exchanging documents. Please fill it out and send it quickly.
Yeah, I understand.
1 month later.
Hey, Emily, answer me. You trapped me. Call me back.
Missed call. Missed call.
Hey, are you kidding me? Are you trying to run away, you coward?
What? You are annoying. I'm busy now. Aren't you having a happy life with Mercy? I think you have no time for me. Don't you have work to do as the company president? Do you have time to play with your phone?
Stop being silly. Give me back the subsidiary you got right now.
Why? You checked the contract and signed it. You agreed with it. And you got the bigger company. Why would you care about my tiny company? Why are you making such a fuss about it now?
You've got to be kidding me. Don't play like you don't know. You knew everything. My business won't work without your company. It's gonna be bankrupt. Why didn't you explain this system to me earlier? And this company was in the red from the beginning. You gave me a company full of debt, and most of the profit was via your company. I decided to take over the company because it was stable and making a profit. You didn't give me any explanation. I had no idea. This is fraud.
Hey, it's not you had no idea. You signed the contract. You agreed to the contract this time. Have you forgotten that? If you lack composure, this is what happens. It seems like you didn't read through carefully and just signed it. I included all the details of the company.
No way. I signed the contract after I checked everything. I wouldn't have missed this.
No way. You're just dumb. You would have known the important part if you really knew the business. Don't blame me for your silliness.
No, I signed it because I trusted you. But that's not fair. You used my kindness. Aren't you ashamed?
You didn't show up for my mom's final moment. Your words are lies. My mom was in critical care while you were making love with your mistress. This is exactly what they mean by bold as brass. I'm ashamed of you.
You are still upset about it? It's in the past. You're such a sissy.
I literally have no idea why I got married to a dickhead like you. Let me make this clear. You are the one who is not fair. You're not aware of it, are you?
What? What about me is not fair? I understand that having an affair wasn't good, but you should have made more effort to be attractive to prevent me from having an affair. This happened because of your laziness, so this is not my fault. The whole thing is your fault. Maybe you should be aware of it. Don't blame others for your own lack of ability.
That's the part I'm saying isn't fair. The tramp who stole someone's husband while she was pretending to be my friend is also sneaky. You and Mercy, you guys are meant to be together. Am I an unloyal magnet? Maybe I don't have a good eye for people. That's something I should think about. Thank you for making me realize, by the way. I wasn't going to take over Mom's business at first.
Can you do that? Your mother's company should have also been your property.
Of course. She told me I didn't have to if I didn't want to. The right to accept or decline is mine.
Unbelievable. How can you miss the chance to take over the business? Wait. You took over the business, which makes a profit anyway. What you're saying is contradictory.
It's because of what you've done. I just wanted a peaceful life. I just wanted to have a peaceful life with my beloved husband. But the beloved husband didn't attend her funeral and was even spending time with his mistress. That's not what I wanted. So I decided to spend the rest of my life making Mom's company bigger. What I needed to do was clear the red of the company.
Then you used me. You pushed me to take the company, which is in the red. You took the profit one then, to monopolize profits for yourself. This is nothing but unfairness. I've never seen such a despicable woman.
It was originally mine. I didn't take it. It's my right to decide who I will pass on my property to. It's also my choice to have given it to you. Well, you and Mercy. I knew you wanted your own company. Everybody would know if there are books about business and established companies. And Mercy believed she would be a celebrity. I thought you both would say yes to it so easily. You did just as I expected. It made me laugh.
That means you knew Mercy spends so much money. She keeps spending the company's money while it's about to go bankrupt. She says to be beautiful is a celebrity's job or something and doesn't listen to me even though I try to stop her.
Sounds like her. You didn't even realize that she is a spender? You should have realized even before getting married. You're worse than me. You seriously have no eyes. That's why you signed the contract without checking. That is so funny that you're running the business. Do you finally start to see reality? Dreams can be shattered in an instant.
Please, Emily, give me back the subsidiary. I apologize for everything that I've done. I can get married to you again if you want me, please.
What kind of penalty to get married to you again? What's in it for me? Let me tell you something good. The business owners wouldn't use their emotions. There is no benefit for me to come back to your company.
There is a benefit. Don't you think there is no one who is great at the job like me? I can rebuild the company and make it even bigger if I have money.
100%. You haven't even been able to turn the company's losses around, so who is talking? You shouldn't say things like that if you have no plans. And you should understand that you are not good at the job. I think your life would be better if you understood that.
You're wrong. I am talented. I am meant to be the president. It's not true that I'm not capable. Correct yourself.
I wouldn't give you my company anyway. Give it up. I sometimes had a good time while we were married. That's all in the past, though. Have a good life with Mercy. Thereafter. Since then, I heard Darham's company went bankrupt. For my mom's dignity, if you were talented as the owner, the company would have been able to be rebuilt. Why the company was in red was because she was sick, actually. But Darham wasn't talented at being president. Instead of decreasing, the losses have been expanding. He made employees confused with suggesting unnecessary things and couldn't make the right decisions. These employees who are talented realized this soon after and came to my company. The only people he had were useless employees and the spender Mercy. My company is doing great and keeps making profits. Dayram messaged me to say Mercy disappeared with all the money they had. He asked me to hire him because he can't survive like this, but I ignored his message. I blocked his number after that. With this, I was able to clear off all the debts. I'm working hard as usual.
Hey, Sophie, where did you go while neglecting your housework? If you're going to be out of the house until this late, you should at least give me a call. The room is a mess, and there's no dinner ready.
I'm sorry, Robert. The truth is, I'm resting at Lisa's house now. My stomach has been slightly tight since this morning, and I went out to do some shopping, taking breaks in between walks. But my stomach started to feel worse while I was shopping. I am pregnant now. Moreover, my stomach has been tightening frequently lately, and my body has been feeling tough and difficult. So I thought it would be better not to push myself too hard.
Well, it would have been nice if Lisa had given you a ride home. Besides, it's not that big of a deal to have a bloated stomach. You don't need to take a day off for that kind of thing. You're just being dramatic. She's your sister-in-law, after all, so you should be more considerate.
Wait a minute. Even though Lisa is busy, she was concerned about me, you know. Please stop talking badly about Lisa. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even know what I would have done. I had a really uncomfortable bloating in my stomach, in my spine, since this morning. In the midst of that, going shopping on foot and carrying heavy bags back home was really difficult. By chance, Lisa called me, and when I talked to her about my bloating, she came to pick me up despite being busy. You know, my house requires climbing a lot of stairs, right? But Lisa's house is on the first floor, so I decided to lie down there. I was really in pain, and even walking was difficult, so I'm grateful to Lisa.
Oh, come on. You and your sister are just playing nicely because your parents are not around. You're just annoying sisters. You two were probably treating me like the bad guy, weren't you? Both you and your sister. Can't you be considerate of me? If that's the case, Lisa should have just contacted me too. Neither of you are any good as sisters.
Don't say such things. Lisa is my precious sister. She is my important family. The way you put it is just too harsh. Besides, you never answer your phone. That's why I told Lisa there was no need for her to contact you. You always get angry when someone calls you during work. I thought that even if I just took a little break and contacted you, it would make you angry again.
Shut up. Are you still going to make me the bad guy and not even apologize? Just hurry up and come back home and do some chores. You just happen to have a bloated stomach today, right? You were probably just being lazy during the day. Pregnant women have it easy. They can just laze around day and night without working. Even if you talk about doing laundry, cleaning, and cooking, they're all easy tasks that can be finished quickly. Just because you have a child in your stomach, everyone fusses over you.
Please don't say that. You are also the father of this child. Well, for now. I put dinner in the fridge. It should be enough, right? And before I left the house, I made sure to clean the room properly. I even vacuumed the floor before leaving. I'm doing my best with the housework, you know. Sure, I do get tired and rest a lot. But it's because I'm pregnant, and even a little movement can be exhausting. I can't even squat down to tie my shoelaces, and when cleaning, I have to move heavy things and bump into things with my belly. There are many things that are more difficult than you think. Still, I'm doing my best every day, taking breaks when I need to, even though it takes time. Even today, although my stomach was hurting, I finished all the housework before going out shopping. I even made dinner before going out, thinking that maybe your work would finish early.
I don't care about those excuses. I need the food. I want to eat. Otherwise, there's no point. I said I was in the mood for steak today. You went and made a salad like that. How could anyone feel satisfied with just a salad? If you think for a moment, you should understand stuff like salad. I threw it away because I didn't need it. As a result, I started feeling worse. While I was drinking to relieve stress, the room became messy. Because of you, it's your fault. So come back quickly and clean up.
That's too rude. Why are you saying such a sad thing? I'm pregnant right now, you know. It wouldn't be surprising if I gave birth at any moment now. I get tired just from walking, and my condition worsens easily. Nevertheless, I managed to do the housework. Do you not think your words are too harsh?
What are you being so dependent for? Even I have tough times and experience unfair things at work. You're not the only special one here. Just endure and tolerate a little bit of tiredness. Always making excuses because you're pregnant and constantly complaining. This is why you're no good. Just come home and do the housework already. See ya. You better be back within 30 minutes.
Next day. Will Robert be late coming home today? As the due date for delivery is approaching, I hope he can come home early if possible. When I went to my checkup today, the doctor said it's time to prepare for hospitalization. The doctor was worried about me because my belly has been tightening so much that it could happen any time soon.
What are you saying? You're just trying to push housework on me because the due date is approaching, aren't you? I can see through your shallow plan. I even know that you've been cutting corners on housework lately.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm not trying to cut corners on housework. However, when it comes to cleaning, my stomach gets in the way, and there are places I can't reach. As for cooking, lately I've been feeling sick after eating oily food, so I've been eating more noodle dishes like pasta. But that doesn't mean I've been slacking off. Please understand that. Also, it's true that I'm close to giving birth. My doctor says my belly is so tight that he is surprised. If labor starts, I won't be able to move, you know. So I want you to be there for me just in case. And I don't want to do anything reckless for the sake of the child that's about to be born. Please, Robert, I'm counting on you. Would you be willing to compromise just a little bit, just for today? Could you please listen to my request?
Anyway, today is not a good day. I have plans to go to a bar with my junior colleague. I promised to treat him to drinks. I can't just suddenly change my plans.
Oh, come on. We don't know when the baby will be born, you know? I want you to refrain from drinking until the delivery, just like being able to drive a car. Also, if you come to the hospital with the smell of alcohol when the baby is born, it will be a nuisance to other pregnant women.
You're so annoying. How can I be bothered with such details? I'm already working hard at my job. And now you want me to have even more restrictions on my actions? Since when did you become such a difficult woman? Besides, going out for drinks today is also for your sake.
What do you mean?
I'm going to be promoted soon. If I get promoted, my life will be easier. So as a boss, it's natural for me to take care of my junior colleague, who will become my subordinate from now on, right? I'm also thinking about you and our child in various ways, so I have a lot of work piled up right now. Stop trying to burden me any further. Please also think about me a little.
But you don't have to drink alcohol for that. We can even have a party at home. Even if we have a party at home, you won't be able to drink alcohol. But I'll do my best to entertain your colleagues from work. Anyway, I want you to be close to me. I'm worried and anxious about my first childbirth. So please, can you come home early just for today?
Actually, I'm already having a drink at the bar. You'll have to figure things out on your own from here.
Wait a minute. Robert, answer me back. That night. Hi, Sophie. How are you doing? Your due date is getting closer, isn't it? You mentioned that you had a hospital checkup today, so I called because I was curious about the results. I'm so excited. I've prepared celebratory baby items. I'm already restless and can't wait to see the baby's face. Since it's Sophie's child, I'm sure they have an angelic face. Thank you for yesterday, Lisa. It was helpful to have a break at your apartment. I was really struggling with my physical condition. Today, the doctor at the hospital told me the result. I was terrified at the thought of carrying heavy bags up the stairs. I truly believe that we shouldn't push ourselves too hard for the sake of the baby. It's our responsibility as parents to protect the baby. I've only been thinking about pleasing Robert all this time. It's okay, though. This is the most difficult time, isn't it? You can always come and visit my house any time. I'm making your favorite scrambled eggs and waiting for you. Thank you, Lisa. Your kindness makes me so happy. I feel like crying with joy. I thought I had to try harder, but when I talk to you, my heart feels calm. Actually, I was worried. Is it wrong to say that I'm tired from being pregnant? You are doing well enough. Or did that man say something to you again? It's only natural for you as a pregnant woman to receive support. Robert is also providing support, isn't he? Robert went out for a drink today. If labor pains come, I have to manage on my own. I'm so anxious. I asked him to come home early today because I'm anxious about my first delivery, but he refused. He said it was a necessary drinking party to promote our family. Unbelievable. What a stupid man. Normally, you wouldn't go out for a drink at this timing. Even if it's for promotion, it could wait until another day. Doesn't he realize he's having his own child? That man had a selfish side from the beginning. I don't know what will happen even after the child's born. Wouldn't divorce be an option? Having the courage to break up is also important. Being with such a man wouldn't lead to anything good. I see. Actually, I've been feeling anxious about my future with Robert, too. I wonder if he only thinks of me as a servant, nothing more. Even if we have a child, I don't think he'll change. So you should just get a divorce after all. If there's anything you're worried about, I'll support you and help with your life, too. However, when I think about the child that's going to be born, I wonder if it's unfortunate for them to not have a father. So I just can't make up my mind. I know being indecisive is not good. But that's not indecisiveness, it's being responsible. Also, I feel like it's not good for children to have a father who only drinks alcohol and behaves in an abusive manner. However, I won't say anything about your choice. Instead, I will always support you and be there to listen to your concerns. So please don't hesitate to contact me and don't suffer alone. Thank you, Lisa. I am proud of you. Okay then, see you later. Some days later. Missed call. Missed call. Robert, please answer the phone. My water just broke. Come back right away. I'm about to give birth. I also contacted the hospital just now. I spoke with the doctor and they told me to head to the hospital right away.
What do you mean, about to? It's not clear yet whether the baby will be born or not. Never mind that. Isn't the floor dirty now? Even if you said your water broke, it's probably not a big deal anyway. However, make sure to clean it up properly. I'm going on a trip with my colleagues to celebrate our promotion. It's an important event for me. I can't come back now. Finish everything before tomorrow, because I'll be back then.
The floor doesn't matter. I'm saying that the child is going to be born. Isn't your own child's life more important than a trip? Robert, you're the father, aren't you? Please come back quickly. We don't have much time.
You think the trip is more important than the child who hasn't even been born yet? Do you understand anything? And also, giving birth is your job, isn't it? So it's your fault for not taking proper precautions. I'm working hard too, so you should too. How much longer do you plan on dragging me down? And for starters, I wouldn't use my car to take you to the hospital even if I was at home.
Why? We're in a hurry.
That car is expensive, you know. The seats make it dirty. And also, don't even think about calling an ambulance. It's going to cost a lot. I won't allow such a wasteful use of money. That's all.
Robert, please come back. Hey, at times like this, please listen to my request. Missed call. Missed call. 5 days later.
Hey, I'm back. The childbirth is already over, right? Come pick me up at the airport. Use your crappy car, not mine. Or are you still in the hospital? If you get hospitalized, it will cost a lot of money for medical expenses. We can't afford to spend money on childbirth.
Hey, stupid brother, Sophie won't come home.
What? Is this you, Lisa? Why are you the one answering? Where did Sophie go? She probably asked you for help because I didn't come back. Now she's relaxing in your apartment. I'm on to her, you know. Anyway, hurry up and put Sophie on the phone.
Well, who knows? You don't have the right to know.
What, Lisa? What are you talking about? Sophie is my wife. Don't coddle her without permission. Even if you're sisters, you won't be meeting Sophie anymore. Hurry up and give Sophie her phone back.
There's no need to rush right now. I'll give you a ride to pick you up, and later let's have a proper family discussion, okay?
Who would bother doing such a thing? Do you think I would make time for something like that for you guys? I'm not a free man. Besides, I don't want to ride in your car. I can't ride in such a lame car. Also, I never thought of you as family, not even once. I won't think of you as family from now on either. You probably don't think of me as family either, do you? Despite that, stop acting like we're family. Give Sophie back now.
I refuse.
What did you say? Who do you think you are? Lisa, when did you start acting so high and mighty like that? Enough already. Talking to you just stresses me out. I'm going out for a drink now, so don't bother coming back. I'm going to drink my heart's content and relieve some of this stress caused by Sophie. Tell her to make dinner before I come back in the morning.
Are you serious, Robert? Sophie just had a baby, right? This is time for her to rest, let her body heal, and get back in proper shape. She just got discharged from the hospital, so she can't do that.
Now that the delivery is over and you've been discharged from the hospital, you should be fine. I'm just pretending I can't do anything because Alice is spoiling me. Just give them a message. Sophie is my wife, so she should do as I say.
You talk to your wife as if she were a servant. Even though she has been discharged from the hospital, her body is still in a severely injured state after giving birth. She will have bleeding for 1 month. During that month, she has to take a break. Despite that, you show no sympathy. Is that really okay? You might still be able to go back.
Where do I go back to? It's not me who should go back, it's Sophie. You and Sophie should listen to what I say.
That's too bad. Everything is over now. You have ended it. Your home is gone, but don't resent Sophie for it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Answer me. Hey.
The next morning.
Are you still in Lisa's house? The key doesn't work. I don't have the key. Tell Sophie to come back quickly. If not, I won't have anywhere to go.
That's too bad. That house is no one's anymore.
What? What are you talking about? Explain it to me in a way that I can understand.
The house is in the process of being sold. No one lives there anymore, and the contract has been settled. If you don't want the police to be called by the residents of the neighborhood, you best leave quickly. Did you understand the meaning correctly?
What did you say? What are you thinking? Selling someone's apartment without permission? Anyway, bring out Sophie. This apartment is mine. Don't do anything without permission.
You cannot say the property is yours. This is the apartment that Sophie purchased before she got married. You rolled into the apartment where she lived. Don't you feel ashamed to mistake it for your own? Even though it's not true, you believe that the apartment building is your own. It's beyond brazen.
As a married couple, it's only natural to share assets. Since she got pregnant, Sophie has been living off of my money. Then the apartment should be mine.
That's after the marriage. Are we not understanding each other? 15 minutes later.
What have you done, Lisa?
What's wrong?
What's wrong with you? When I came out of the apartment, my parents were there. They forced me into the car without even asking me why. My parents pulled my arms hard and made me get in the car. I've got a bruise now. What did you do, Lisa?
If the problem is within the family, shouldn't it be solved within the family? I said I'm not part of the family.
My mom and dad were always so kind to me. They're usually so talkative, but they haven't said a word today. They're ignoring me even when I try to talk to them. It is clearly suspicious. I bet you blew extra wisdom into Sophie. Tell me what you said to my parents right now.
I'm not saying anything unnecessary. I'm just telling the truth. It wasn't Sophie but me who talked to your parents. If we had left it as it was, we might have really been reported by the neighbors. I asked your parents to come and pick you up. You should be grateful that you didn't have to involve the police.
Why are Lisa and my parents contacting each other? I don't understand what's going on.
What did you do while I was gone? You really are stupid to ask me that. Let me explain it to you in a way even you can understand. The story goes back to the day Sophie's water broke. Your mother happened to come over to visit. When she entered the house, she was surprised to find Sophie alone and in labor. She immediately called an ambulance. Oh, and of course, you will be responsible for the ambulance fee. Make sure to have the money ready. Your parents were also there and had already agreed to it. Fortunately, Sophie was able to give birth, although it was a difficult one because her mother-in-law came to her just in time. Your parents stayed with Sophie the whole time. I heard they were crying with joy when they saw the newborn baby's face. She's a very cute girl, but you will never get to see her. Also, during the childbirth, your parents tried to contact you many times. What? It's true. Look at all these incoming calls in your history. They were worried about you because they couldn't reach you. Then when they tried to contact the police, I gave them a full explanation about the hospital. His wife is about to give birth, but he went on a trip leaving her behind. Your parents were really angry at that time. It's only natural that the husband be around when his wife gives birth to his child. Didn't you see that I asked you to let me know when you were coming back? I turned my phone off because Sophie kept pestering me. I didn't ignore my parents' contact. If we talk now, I'm sure we can understand each other. It's impossible. I told you, didn't I? That's all over. Robert, you lied about being a good husband. You aren't a good husband who works hard and takes care of Sophie's health. Of course, your parents tried hard to believe it. When I told the truth, your parents apologized to Sophie with tears. So I decided to give you a chance in the end. Certainly not for your sake, but for your parents' sake. What chance and when? I have no idea what's going on anymore. I didn't allow any of this to happen. I asked you, remember? I told you when you came back, didn't I? I said, let's have a proper family discussion. That was a proposal from your parents. Since they're earnestly asking us, we agreed. If you reflect on it, I can still forgive you. As you already know, the result is the same no matter what. You didn't listen to my words and went out drinking, right? It seems that both of them have completely lost their goodwill toward you. That's what you get for your own actions. After apologizing to both of us, they promised to become our ally. Of course, they are still an ally. They said they would give us their full support. They're such wonderful parents. Despite that, you don't resemble your parents at all, do you? You told my parents unnecessary things, you coward. Is that all you have to say for yourself after doing all those things? You're the one who told your parents a lie about yourself. You're the one who lost their trust. It's your fault. And that's not even all of the lies you're telling. You weren't traveling off with a colleague. You were with your mistress, right? What? What are you talking about? Sophie had already noticed your infidelity. Naive Robert. You seem to have thought that you weren't found out. Despite that, you were doing whatever you wanted. That's just Sophie's imagination. Doubting without any proof. Now that I have gathered all the evidence, I'm talking about it. I'm gathering the evidence instead of Sophie, who couldn't get around during her pregnancy. Also, I have already contacted the person you cheated with. She admitted that she cheated, and she was crying very much. No, that's not true. You haven't told your parents about it. Have you? Of course, I already told your parents about that. How selfish of you. Always thinking about your own convenience. That's the worst. Oh, it's only going to get worse. You're going to lose everything from now on. It seems that you told Sophie that you were being promoted because you were very talented. My research on Robert suggests that he is completely unable to do his job and is on the brink of being fired. Could it be someone else? Your colleague said, "It's rare to find a man who is so useless. I wish he would quit soon." What a joke. It seems like you were disliked at work. Don't joke around. Don't snoop around someone's privacy without permission. This is the price you must pay for all the deeds you have done, Robert. I wish you would reflect a little on the actions you have taken towards Sophie up until now. You are obligated to pay compensation and child support. I got it. I wasn't interested in that girl in the first place. Rather,
We can get divorced peacefully. At last, I can get away from that woman. I had no intention of being honest or raising children. Let me educate you, ignorant Lisa. You can't claim compensation for adultery, so there's no reason to pay Sophie any compensation. Got it?
What? When did I demand compensation for cheating? Do you think there is nothing else for her to reflect on? The reason you're paying compensation to Sophie is because of domestic violence. There is solid evidence in the emails, so there's no doubt that the lawsuit will be successful. You may also have to pay for your spouse's maintenance.
What's that? I haven't ever heard of it.
That's because you're ignorant. Get it?
Damn it! Even if there is no divorce, won't there be a division of assets? I will deal with paying the severance pay and the child support then. Even so, there is more than enough money. With the remaining money, I will find a new partner and live happily. I originally got married to Sophie for her money. I'm glad it happened just in time, since I was already thinking about getting a divorce.
You really don't know anything, do you? Property owned before marriage is not included in the division of property when divorcing.
What about the distribution of assets?
Of course, it will only be the property after marriage. After selling the house, the amount will be shared as common property. I think it will be quite a small amount, though. Your mistress was very angry since she didn't know you were married, rather than saying she was crying out of sadness and out of anger. Of course, before it became an affair, it would have been fraud. I think she will sue you in another way. Good luck, Robert. You're in for a wild ride. I don't think you can go to a bar and drink alcohol anymore.
That woman is a joke.
Looks like you don't have any new partners either. I'll add the amount that you have used up from Sophie's savings to the DV compensation.
What do you mean by adding the amount? Where is Sophie anyway? Why are you bothering me? And why am I talking to you, her little sister? Don't you dare meddle in a married couple's affair, especially when it has nothing to do with you. It's our business. Let me talk to Sophie.
That's a big mistake. I'm involved in this case as a job.
What is your job?
I am a lawyer. You seem to have forgotten it. I have officially received a commission fee from Sophie, and am responding to it. Today, as a last act of kindness, I talked to you as your sister-in-law. I didn't really like you, but I considered you family because you were married to my sister. But next time I speak, it will be as a lawyer. At that time, let's discuss the divorce mediation procedures and compensation and child support.
What?
By my calculations so far, it will exceed $10 million, I suppose. In addition, there may be complaints from the cheating partner. I think there will be more. Thinking about how you have lived selfishly up until now and caused trouble for Sophie, that's to be expected. Finally, your sister-in-law gave you some advice. It's best to work hard and save money while you can.
Wait a minute.
I have already said what I wanted to tell you. Let's meet again soon. Don't contact Sophie without permission. Please contact her through me whenever you need to get in touch with her. Thereafter. Hi, Lisa. You got a minute? Yeah, something happened? Thank you again for the divorce proceedings and the compensation. If you weren't here, I don't know what would have happened to me. It really gave me strength. Thanks to that, I can devote myself to raising my children. Thank you so much. It's all right. We are sisters. Whenever we are in trouble, let's help each other out. So next time I'm in trouble, I'll be counting on you for lots of help. By the way, can I get compensation for this? I was only paid a certain amount, but I'm not sure if he would pay more. What happened? Actually, Robert asked his parents to pay a compensation on his behalf, but his parents had already disowned him, so he was kicked out of the house. I know his parents were furious, but I didn't think they were going to kick him out. I'm surprised, too. He was their only child, so he was cherished. After that, it seems that he had gone on a trip with his mistress using the company's expenses and he got fired. Robert was even taking the company's money. Well, originally it was a matter of time since he couldn't do the job. No matter what, he's the worst kind of man to even consider touching the company's money. I really think so. And then he owed money because he couldn't afford it. He has no job and no place to go. He was living and working at the places where the person who lent the money introduced him. But he ran away because the job was too hard. He got caught anyway, and they are making him work as a fisherman. Looking back, I'm really glad that I broke up with Robert. I do not want my child to have the idea that that kind of man is her father.
Wow. How do you know all the details?
My parents-in-law came to visit me and told me. His parents told me a lot, but after he ran away, they can't contact him, so they don't know where he is now.
Great. He deserves to do this, as he treated you with disrespect. It was really hard when we had to say goodbye, but I'm glad we parted ways. Robert's parents must have been very sad to know the true figure of Robert. I'm glad I got to see Robert's true self. If you stayed without knowing anything, it would be harder for you. By the way, how's your baby?
She is very healthy, crying and very energetic. She drinks a lot of milk too, and she's really cute like an angel. Robert's parents also send presents to the baby, and you often come to play with us, and we're having a good time. On the nights when you come to play, I'm very grateful because she sleeps soundly for a long time.
That's good to know. I'll come see you again soon. I also bought lots of presents for the baby.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for all the presents and your loyalty. I also bought a present for you.
Wow, for me? I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to it. See you later.
Hey, Ron. Did you finish your work? I've just got a craving for something sweet. I want you to buy something for me at the dessert store near your office. I've heard the pudding at that store is delectable. So, can you buy me one? Hi, Alina. I want to buy one for you, but I've already finished my work for today and just got on the train. Sorry, but can I buy it tomorrow? Or if you're fine with the one from the nearby supermarket on my way home, I'll buy that. I just want the pudding from that dessert store. I want it not tomorrow, but today. Well, Alina, I said I've already got on the train today. It's already left the station. Then change trains to buy one, 'cause you can get on trains anytime. So isn't it easy for you to just go back and get one? Even if you go back to the store, you can return home today. Sorry, Alina. I've been busy with work lately and been late getting home, so I'm tired now. Today I was finally able to leave the office on time, so I want to go home earlier to relax. Please. What are you saying? Tired from work? Isn't working hard enough to get tired one of the roles as a husband? Don't say you want to relax at home earlier like a baby. A husband is always supposed to work hard, but you can't do the smallest thing like buying a pudding just because you're tired? What are you? Do you really have the right to be my husband? It's a bit too harsh, I guess. Indeed, working hard is important, but sometimes I just want to relax. And you said it was one of the roles of a husband, but Alina, do you actually play the roles of a housewife? You always dress up and never clean up or do the laundry, let alone cooking, and never do anything a housewife is supposed to do. I always do those chores by myself after coming back from work, or I spend an entire weekend to do them. You too can't do what you're supposed to do. Ron, what? Haven't you promised me that you'd cherish me before getting married? Instead, now you're too lame and not able to buy me a pudding and even blame me. I'll break up with you. I never thought you'd be so terrible. I'll divorce you already. Hey, calm down, Alina. Perhaps I said too much, but cherishing you doesn't mean spoiling you. Cool your thoughts a little. I'm keeping calm. Okay then, if you buy me the pudding I asked you to buy first, I'll forgive you. If you don't, I'll have dinner with my friends this evening. I told you that I couldn't. I'll get to the nearest station from home soon. I can't buy it today no matter how hard I try. Alright then. Then I'm going to go to the fancy restaurant to have dinner with my friends. 'Cause I don't want to see your face and it'll be refreshing. Too bad your dinner is not ready, Ron. Go to some supermarket and buy one yourself. And don't forget to take care of Galvez. Haven't you fed the dog? He must be starving now. Can you leave home at least after feeding him? No. I have to leave home now. I'll leave everything to you. I'll not be able to reply to you for a while. I see. Late at night. Alina, are you coming home early tomorrow morning again? You keep coming home early in the morning every day for about a year now, while we spent every day together when we just got married. Aren't you the one that doesn't do what a wife should do after all? What? Are you complaining about me? Besides, are you still talking about a wife's role or something? Seems like you still can't keep your promise to cherish me. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go travel with my friends for about a week. Travel? For a week? I didn't know that. Of course you didn't. I never told you about it. You can just feel lonely here without me while I'm on the trip. And regret deeply. If you change your attitude, I will travel with you next time, Ron. As long as you pay for everything. Got it. You'll keep this sort of attitude, won't you? Anyway, I have to leave for work in the morning, so make sure to lock the door when you leave for the trip. You have that kind of attitude too. Just change it while I'm out. Otherwise, I'll really get a divorce from you. 1 week later. Ron, are you starting to miss me now? I have something to tell you. A really wonderful thing. Will you finish the trip soon, Alina? What kind of thing do you want to tell me from this destination? You'll be surprised for sure. Actually, I got a baby in my belly. While I was traveling around, I felt sick, so I couldn't help with going to the local hospital and found out that I was pregnant. Are you pregnant? Alina, is it really true? I can't believe it. It's true. Can I send you a pic of the test result? Anyway, you're now my husband and this baby's father, so I want you to take responsibility as a father. It'll be physically harder for me as a mother, and I have to take care of the baby after it's born, so you should take good care of me then. Sorry to interrupt the happy news, Alina, but I think we've not done the thing for a year or more. Then how come you got pregnant? I don't remember when I did that with you. Of course you don't, Ron. You were terribly drunk on the night we made this baby. I never drink alcohol. My parents can't drink and neither can I. Don't you know that? So I've never been willing to drink, let alone getting terribly drunk. Didn't you get drunk because you were not used to it? I don't know what exactly happened, but you were already drunk when you came home. I thought you had a drink with your colleagues. No way. My colleagues never press alcohol on me, because they know I can't drink. And first of all, I've been too busy to go to any restaurant with them. This may hurt you, but I have to ask, Alina. Is the baby really mine? It's so terrible, Ron. I thought for sure you'd be happy. You don't sound happy and even ask me if it's your baby? Of course it is. What do you think I am? Do you think I'm so easy to have a relationship to another guy even though I'm married with you? Calm down, Alina. I just don't remember it. I'm already fed up with it. Do you feel so suspicious of me that you're fine with getting divorced? I need no husband nor father so skeptical about his wife. It's bad for our kid. Alina, I've been thinking about the same thing for the past year. Huh? What do you mean? Let's divorce, Alina. We just don't get along well. Huh? What are you going to do all of a sudden? You said we'd get a divorce too, right? I was just joking. I just want you to change your attitude, so... But you said you'd been thinking about it? What does it mean? Besides, how dare you say that just after I told you about the baby? Are you serious? I'm already tired of your selfish attitude, and I'm not sure the baby's mine. No, it can't be mine. I think that is a good enough reason to get a divorce. I said it's yours. You don't believe your wife's words and ask for a divorce? Don't you feel responsibility as a husband and father, or even as a man? Are you gonna abandon me and my kid? Sorry, but I can't believe your words. Whatever you say, I won't change my mind. Anyway, I'll be back home soon. I can be back in 2 to 3 hours. Talk more about it in person. If you insist to get a divorce even after that, you shall pay much for my damage. Of course, you'll also pay money to support the baby if it's born. Take your time to think about it before I'm back. 1 hour later. Hey, Ron, what's this? Why aren't you in our apartment? You, your things, and even Galvas is not here. What are you gonna do? I don't have anything to talk with you about. I just left. You've left a pregnant wife alone? What kind of punishment is this? Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but this isn't a normal thing for a human to do. You're the worst kind of jerk, Ron. I'm disappointed. Who's the worst jerk, Alina? No one but you betrayed me first. Huh? What are you talking about? Stop saying weird things. And anyway, come back home immediately. I've already checked to find out you had dinner at the fancy restaurant the other day and went to travel that time with a college student you're having an affair with. Don't say such a weird thing! Please listen to me and come back home already. I don't even know any college students. Have you forgot about the pet camera for Galvis? Who we got because you wanted to have him so much? Everything was on camera the moment you invited the guy to our home. In the scene, you were talking with him happily. Of course, more intimate things too. Huh? Pet camera? When did you get it? I'm so upset you've put such a thing at home without asking me about it. Did you install it to watch me instead of Galvis? Such sneaky recordings will make for no evidence. I can sue you for secret recordings instead. You may have forgotten this, but do you remember the day Galvis got seriously ill suddenly? What does that have to do with this? Do you mean you've installed it because you were worried about Galvis? We don't need a pet camera as I stay home with him. Even if you want one, you should have asked your wife. You really have a selective memory, Alina. You didn't notice his illness as you were hanging out. I noticed it after being back home and took him to the hospital. Thanks to that, Galvis is now fine and alive, but don't you remember we had an argument back then? I told you to take care of him. Oh, I just remembered it. But I just happened to go out that day. What does it have to do with the pet camera? You said it yourself, but don't you remember yet? While you were arguing with me, you told me that I should install a pet camera if I'm so worried about Galvis, as long as I take the responsibility to take care of him. You said that first. I didn't install it without your permission. Did I? I don't remember it. You did. You said that we should install a pet camera first. I never imagined that it would record proofs of your affair. It can't be. At first I tried to turn a blind eye to it, and told myself that you just lost yourself for a while. But your attitude with me got worse and worse, while you and the guy on the pet camera looked so happy and getting along well. I couldn't stand that. I didn't mean to. I actually lost myself then, as you said. I missed you and it hurt me. All right then. I have other evidence besides the pet camera, which proves you're so crazy about the student more than you told me. What do you mean? I hired a detective to investigate my wife's affair. Then I got quite a few proofs that prove you clearly have an affair with the student. Oh my! I'm shocked to hear that you hired a detective. You have only yourself to blame. I've gathered enough evidence, so I've been able to do anything if I've made my mind up. I had to choose between talking with you to get back together or getting a divorce. Then talk with me. No, I can't. You made a baby with the student and asked me to raise it as my kid. I have no confidence in getting along with you, and I can't do so anymore. No way! By the way, of course I'm getting a divorce from you and asking for you to pay damage. No, I don't want to do it. I apologize to you, so don't bring up a divorce. I was just missing you. Even if you miss me, how do you think you're allowed to cheat on me? It doesn't make sense, does it? Ron, if you can be a little more kind to me than before, I'll never cheat on you anymore. Please, let's talk together. If you can be kind to me, I can get along with you again. In this apartment, let's live happily together with me and our baby. Are you asking me to live with a cheater and another guy's kid? I can't do such a thing. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this, but... What? I've already canceled the apartment lease. You can stay there tonight, but better to leave tomorrow. Canceled? Why did you do it? Why? 'Cause I was the contractor and I have no reason to live there after getting divorced. It's disgusting to live in the room my wife used for infidelity. You're not staying calm now, Ron. Are you moving out of our apartment? You're insane. Alina, you're truly insane. Anyway, I'll go back to my parents' house today, so we can rest well tonight, then talk together again. I think you can't go back to your parents' house. Why? I talked to your parents about you and brought them evidence of the affair. I told them about the divorce and they agreed with it. Your mother was crying while apologizing, as she said that she felt sorry for me because of her stupid daughter. Your father was so upset that he said he'd cut ties with such a foolish daughter. So I guess you can't be allowed to stay at your parents' house. No way! You even convinced my dad and mom? I'm really shocked to hear that. Actually, you've always shocked me with your behavior. What do you think I should do from now on? Don't ask me. Anyway, your parents will get a comments certified mail from the lawyer a few days later, so at least visit them to get it. I'll tell your parents to hand it to you. A contents-certified mail? For documents and compensation. Read it carefully and pay accordingly. I can pay no compensation, 'cause I'm just a housewife. I don't have much money, as you know. I don't have it, so I can't pay it. I've been depending on your salary. Then work for yourself. You can divide the payment as I'll wait for you to get it fully paid. You're no longer a housewife, but a single woman, so you can work freely, can't you? I've not worked before, and I'm pregnant. Are you telling me to work with a baby in my belly? Besides, where should I and the baby live from now on? It's more important than work. How about finding a workplace and applying again for the apartment lease? Or you can live with a student. You can live in his apartment and split the rent. Even a pregnant woman has many options for a workplace. As I just told you, I've never worked before. I can't start working anytime soon. Besides, he's still a college student. He still lives with his parents and is not working even as a part-timer. It's impossible for us to pay rent, living expenses, and compensation. You have only yourself to blame, Alina. As you said to me, if you took better care of me, this wouldn't have happened. Don't you feel sorry for me and the baby? This baby is really not the student's, but it's actually yours, you bastard. It's no use lying anymore, Alina. I can't believe your words nor behaviors. If you got more to tell me, get a DNA test of the baby and hire a lawyer. Wait, Ron. I have something more to tell you. Come on, reply to me. Thereafter. After that, I got a successful divorce from Alina. Of course, later the documents clearly proved that the baby was not mine, but the college student's. Alina asked her cheating partner to marry her to pay me the damages and expenses for their newborn baby, but he was just a student who did not want serious relationships, so he refused her because he was looking for a girlfriend who was closer in age. Even after that, Alina constantly asked him to marry her. Finally, he told her that he was fed up with her and they ended up in a breakup. Alina even asked her parents for help, but they refused to help her because they'd already cut ties with her. In such a situation, she texted me and told me that I was the only one she and her baby could rely on, and she asked me for an exemption from compensation, as well as paying expenses for her kid. While I was amused by her boldness, I blocked Alina's account to break off with her. According to one of our common friends, she was not aware that I blocked her, and she's sending one-way messages asking me for exemption, baby's expenses, and getting back together. Those can no longer reach me, and they're none of my business. By the way, I've moved to a new place she doesn't know and live here with my dog Galvis. Thinking about Galvis, the fact that Alina asked me to install the pet camera is the only thing I feel grateful for her, I guess. Now I live alone, so I need it in case something happens to Galvis.